These are my top 3 private servers for 2022, including honorable mentions. First of all, I would like to clarify what I'm looking for and what I expect from a private server. Number 1, population. Population has to be high enough for it to be active. Obviously, without people, there is no MMO. It has to be very well scripted. In today's day and age, we have many private servers competing against each other, so they have to really deliver a good content that works as intended. Also, it has to be a server that is well established. I am not one of these guys that will hop on any hype train with servers such as Whitemane, where there was a big hype, good launch, decent release, but the server died few weeks or months after the release. For me, if I spend the time leveling up character, gearing it, farming all the mounts and making it the best character there is, I want to have that character to play on it years after. So the server has to have a history, be well established, and I have to be sure that the time that I invest into the character will not come in vain. Now, without further ado, let's start with 3 honorable mentions. There are 3 servers that I would like to mention because they're special and they may be worth playing for some people. Number 1, UWow. UWow is a Russian/international server. It is the only Legion server that is populated as of right now, and that's what makes it special. It has decent scripting, most of the quests are working. You will find occasional bug here and there, but usually nothing too major that will completely ruin your experience. They have a number of different realms, ranging from ×5, ×100, instant server dedicated to PvP as well. Their ×5 realm is a pretty new one. They only released around 2 months back. I have a couple of videos on my YouTube channel about UWow and my experience on it, so I will be very brief here. And if you want to have more in-depth information, then just search around my videos that I've done lately on UWow and you will find out what I think about it. The second honorable mention is Freakz WoW. Freakz WoW is a server that was best known for its Mists of Pandaria a few years back. They haven't been active for some time, and then they came back with a pretty popular Legion realm. From Legion, they advanced over to BFA, and now, as of today, the day that I'm recording this video, they are releasing their new Shadowlands realm. So they got rid of Legion, they're getting rid of BFA right now, and they're progressing over to Shadowlands. Now with Shadowlands, I will mention the last honorable mention, and that is Firestorm. So Freakz and Firestorm will be 2 servers of decent quality that will both be running on Shadowlands as their primary expansion. As we know, Firestorm has multiple expansions that they still take care of, especially their Mists of Pandaria realm is still decently popular. Freakz and Firestorm both have enough active population playing there. Both servers are a decent choice and are your only choice if you want to experience Shadowlands on a private server. However, there's some bugs here and there, but usually nothing too bad. If you're into Shadowlands and for whatever reason you don't want to pay for retail and don't want to play on retail, then definitely check them out. I used to play on both back on Legion and I really enjoyed them, but I don't like Shadowlands expansion myself, and that's the reason why I will not play on Freakz or Firestorm when Shadowlands is their primary expansion. Worth noting is though that I like to play Legion on Firestorm, especially their custom 1v1 bracket where you have a chance to play not only non-rated but also rated 1v1 arenas. All you need for that is really just a couple people online. And now for my top 3 World of Warcraft private servers. I can't really choose the best one because all of these servers are special in a way. They're all running on a different expansion and they all have their pros and cons. What I can tell you is that on all of these three, I play actively as of right now, and you can see videos from all of these servers on my channel. And I will start from the oldest expansion, and that's Wrath of the Lich King. And you probably know where this is going because the #1 Wrath of the Lich King server for many years now has been and still is Warmane. I know that many people hate their shop, hate the fact that you can buy best in slot items on their shop for real money, but I don't really care for it that much. It still doesn't make you from zero to hero. It definitely helps a lot, but you can still play and get the items just by playing. And what I like the most about Warmane is the population. Now, whether it's true about Warmane faking their numbers or not, just by standing in the city or playing PvE or PvP, you see there's a shit ton of players. There are thousands of players. And if they're faking it to look like there's 20% more, I don't really care. Now for Warmane, the biggest realm they have and the one that I play on most actively and I can recommend is Icecrown. It is ×7 realm and it gives you the opportunity to play PvE, PvP, everything you would expect from a Wrath of the Lich King server. You can also expect there to be a lot of toxicity from players that have been playing there for years and have nothing else to do, as well as a lot of world PvP, but this world PvP very often happens to be a fight between a low level and a max level. Max level being bored and gonna be reskilling you in Thrallmar in Hellfire Peninsula or Stranglethorn just because he's bored and he wants to one-shot you. You have to expect there to be people like that and a ton of people, but hey, I like that about the game too. It sometimes gets pretty frustrating, but that's the part of the MMO. Warmane also has a PvP dedicated realm. It is an instant PvP realm called Blackrock, where you don't have to level up. You get relentless gear as soon as you start. You can also get a talent template and your gear socketed and enchanted automatically according to what spec you're playing. There's Arena Spectator. There's cross-realm PvP between Blackrock and Icecrown, and also between Blackrock and Frostmourne. Frostmourne is their seasonal realm, which resets after 1 year, starts at the first season, and ends with the last one. And you also have the opportunity to play PvP cross-realm between Blackrock and Frostmourne, which is separate from Blackrock and Icecrown, which are always running on the last PvP season. Another server from my top 3 has to be the only Cataclysm server right now, and it is Twinstar Apollo 3. It is Apollo 3 and not Apollo 1, since Apollo 1 is on the last season and the population there is around 30% of the population that is on Apollo 3. So there is almost no point in playing Apollo 1 unless you already have your existing characters there and you want to just do the same thing all over again, just with fewer people. Apollo 3 released only 2 months ago. There was pretty big hype about it. It was a very strong launch. However, over the first few weeks, there have been many issues. Those of you who are subscribed to my channel probably have seen the videos I made those 2 months ago on what's wrong about Apollo 3, so you can refer to those. I'm not going to discuss it here. Apollo 3 now is still a solid choice and definitely the best choice if you have to play the Cataclysm expansion. The population numbers are unknown to the public. However, my estimate would be somewhere around 2,000 and 3,000 at peak times. That's what you can expect. You get to play basically all of what the Cataclysm expansion offers. You get to play all PvE, dungeons and raids, everything works just fine. The leveling experience is great. They have ×3 raids for experience. And also some PvP, especially Battlegrounds, which are cross-faction. Sometimes you get to play 2v2, but you can't really expect too many teams to be queuing up. So it can be hard to get in the queue sometimes. And 3v3 only during their special 3v3 events twice a week. And the final server from my top 3 is Stormforge Mistblade. Mistblade is a Mists of Pandaria realm from Stormforge project, which is a new project. The developers from Tori WoW and Atlantis put their heads together and came up with Stormforge Mistblade. Mistblade is a fresh Mists of Pandaria realm that released just over a month ago. It's running on Tori's scripts. Tori used to be the best, really one of the best private servers out there as far as the functionality goes. You would very rarely see a bug on Tori WoW. Unfortunately, as Stormforge Mistblade released, Tori WoW slowly decreased in population because people moved from Tori over to Mistblade. Honestly, that was expected to happen. Tori used to be a great server, but the population there is no longer enough for me to recommend it to anyone, especially now that there's Stormforge, which provides you almost with everything that Tori did, just with much higher population. The population numbers in peak times, you can expect there to be over 5,000 people online every day. You will get to play all types of content, PvE, PvP, arena participation is great, even old raids, you can run transmog runs and mount runs with no issues. The only negative about Stormforge is that their website seems as if they've done it in one day. A lot of features missing from their website. Core features such as armory or PvP ladder are still not there. There's barely some basic info and a donate system when you log in, but that's about all the website has. I would wish they did something similar to what they used to have on Tori, with character auction, beautiful armory, all the PvP ladders, just the whole deal. I hope it doesn't take too long for them to do something about their website and update it. I didn't want to make this video too long because I'm talking about a number of servers, but if you are interested in knowing more about the servers and finding out which server might be the right fit for you, you can either check out some of my older videos where I tend to play on all these servers. That's why they are my top. Or you can just ask me in the comments or when I'm live streaming. I'm always answering your questions, so don't hesitate and ask me if you want to know about something. Whether you like to play on one of these servers or there's another server that you like better, it is really a personal preference. I myself like these servers for some of the reasons I've said and the reasons I've discussed previously in some of my more in-depth videos. But as I say, if I only had to choose 3 servers to play on, it would be Warmain for Wrath of the Lich King, Twinstar Apollo for Cataclysm, and Stormforge Mistblade for Mists of Pandaria.